If you look in the mirror, the speed different to mill deeps. Reversing the time and the speed limit is not all as it seems. Shit, even the weed different. The search for stimulation, scratches and knee itching. Yearning for knowledge and understanding as a man. So you understand that to survive is always to advance. And sometimes this life that we live seems to advance, to cling to every chance to breathe so we can stand. Then again, can you really live without a challenge? One needs the other. Everything requires balance, and that time is now. So sit back and listen and realize that me and you are no different. We human beings who always added chapters to our story. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Endless Purgatory.
And we're started. Welcome. This is Tamil Deep's IOC, bringing you another episode. Today I have a very special guest today, my sister Anton, and we're going to talk about, what I feel like is an underappreciated struggle as far as being a mom. So today I brought my sister on to kind of expound upon that and talk about that a little bit more. So what's going on, Anton? How you doing today, sis?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm very happy to have you on. Like I said, in this season, I use this as a platform to promote other people and promote other things that people have going on. So today I wanted to talk a little bit more about yourself and about something that you do and what you're into. So how you doing? What's something that you do and what do you do?
Well, I do hair. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and full-time mom. So yeah.
Full-time mom.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, to kind of expound upon that, as far as like you being a mom and you running a business as far as doing hair and everything like that. Is that doing hair? Is that something that was a dream for you?
Oh, always. I always loved doing hair. Probably since I was a little girl, doing like Barbie doll's hair, doing my baby doll's hair and all of that
Right.
stuff. And then when I turned 15, that's when I actually start, doing hair, doing my hair, doing my friends' hair and stuff like that. And so
Were you?
do. Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Were you nervous doing your friend's hair first time?
No.
Oh, you was comfortable. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was definitely so. Even by now, you're way more confident. You definitely know what you're doing. You understand your craft, and you don't have to even question it.
Right. I mean, there are things that you still learn new things and whatever every day. So I mean, even then,
Yeah.
you may not be as confident with certain things, like learning new things, but once you get it, then yeah, good to go.
Okay. And as far as like you having kids, do you feel like that was a struggle for you? Like did that put a pause in what you wanted to do, or do you feel like the process was pretty easy?
Well, in the beginning, it did put just a slight pause. Well, no, back up. I went to cosmetology straight after high school back in 2004. No kids or anything. Went to school, finished school, took board and all of that stuff. Then I ended up having my first child. Okay. And then after I had him, I was working at hair salons and everything like that for a while. And then I got pregnant with my second child, and I pretty much worked up until it was time to have him. So that was fine. But it was when I had got pregnant with my third child. That's kind of when I took a break as far as doing hair.
Right. Why did you feel like you need to take a break? Was it more or less like just support, or was it just other things?
No, I think I was kind of burnt out a little bit because I had did it from that point. I had did it for some years. I was doing it for years, and I guess also at the place that I was doing hair at, it was just nonstop going all the time. So I did want to stay home, and kind of woosah a little bit,
Right.
when I was with her, and also the fumes and stuff. When I was with my daughter, I couldn't handle it like I could with my second child. So that was another reason I kind of took a break from doing hair. It was like a 10-year break because I just started back doing
Oh,
hair.
wow.
Yeah. It was like a 10-year break. I mean, of course, after all of that, I was still doing other jobs, like customer service jobs and everything. Like I didn't stop working. It was just I stopped doing hair.
I got you. You just that's just for you. You just want to take a break.
Yeah,
I
doing
got
hair.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, once you got started back rolling, do you feel like the process is pretty much like, riding a bike all over again, or did you kind of like stumble a little bit as you was going?
Um, it was kind of, well, at first I was a little nervous. I don't know why. I was a little nervous trying to get back into it, but once I started back, I mean, pretty much good to
That's
go. But I will say it was some things that, were new from the time that I stopped doing hair to now, as
mhm.
far as like, how to do,
Styles.
yeah, styles, booking, deposits and all of that type of stuff. That stuff is nothing. We didn't do that then, but now it's kind of like a thing now, to do the booking apps and deposits, and because
Right.
the world is a little different now, people move a little different, so it's like it's mandatory to use that.
Exactly. Now, as far as having kids and everything, like once you got started back rolling, like, do you
Mhm.
feel like the support why, as far as having kids and everything like that, up until then and all the way up until now, do you feel like the support has been good for you, or do you feel like you kind of just had to really kind of struggle and do it on your own?
No, I don't think I had to struggle on my own, because even before, when I was doing hair before, you know, uh, I was at my mom, and then even then, my previous marriage, my kid's father,
Mm,
that was, I had support there as far as, the children. But I mean, there was, a time in between where I, wasn't any married
mm.
with him anymore. So that was kind of hard. I will say that was hard. From being used to, having that constant,
Somebody
support.
being there and being
Yeah.
able to,
Well, other than my mom, I mean,
right,
my mom's always there, but you don't want to kind of push that burden on them all the time.
understand that.
So yeah. So that time in between, it was rough, but I mean, I did what I had to do. I mean,
And but that's something I always admired about you though. Like, anytime I used to talk about certain things, or, as far as like struggles and stuff like that, as far as like somebody that, may have a woman may have a child and they feel like, that the world is kind of against them, and they have so many different struggles, or they can't do so much. I always bring up your name, and I mean, like, my sister, and it's not necessarily to compare contrast, but it's like saying like, look, you don't have to stop what you're doing just because of XYZ.
right.
You can keep going and keep progressing and keep trying to achieve those dreams that you want, and to keep going no matter what, and not let none of those things stop. And I said, like, look, my sister got 3 kids, and she does hair. And she loves doing hair. And she's gonna keep doing hair because that's something that she's very passionate about what she's doing. And she's not gonna let nothing stop that. Nothing or nobody, regardless of whatever. So, like I said, I always use you as an example to kind of like light that candle, light that flame, and in people's eyes, like, look, if she could do it, you most definitely can do it.
Right.
Hands down. Do
Right.
you feel
Right.
like, but do you feel like sometimes it's hard to recognize like that you can continue to go regardless of what's going on in life?
Well, I guess it depends on the person sometimes.
Hmm.
Yeah, it depends on the person and kind of what they're mentally capable of doing. Because sometimes it's harder for some people. I've noticed with some people it's harder to juggle more than one thing, or kids, and I got the kids, or
Yeah.
oh da, da, da. No, because if you want to do it, you're gonna get up and do it. You're gonna figure something out.
Hmm.
You're gonna do it. If you want to go to work, you're gonna work. Ain't nobody gonna say no, you can't work. Like, you're gonna do it. If you want to do it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, because
And to me is excuses, because I've went to school before, had a job, and had the kids, all within the same time frame. But of course, you got to have somebody that's gonna, help as far as your children or whatever. But if you want to do it, you got that family support,
yeah,
go do it. Who's stopping you?
exactly. And it's like I said, it's just always something that I always admired about that. That regardless of whatever, you just continue to keep going. And like, do you feel like that? Do you feel like you're do you feel like you're appreciated? Like, when you think about it, you're a mom all day, every day. like regardless, you're gonna wake up, you're gonna be a mom. You go to sleep, you're gonna be a mom. It's like the process starts when you get up in the morning to take them to school, all the way till you put them to bed at night. Do you feel
Right.
like sometimes that's unappreciated? As far as like, how it's not nowadays, it's so easy to just disrespect a woman, as far as like, and not necessarily think about like what all she has to deal with throughout the day.
Right.
Whether it's that time of the month or whether it's just other financial things that you got to deal with and stuff like that. It's like, do you feel like that is unappreciated more than anything?
When you say, you mean from just society or from just my personal life?
Both. It could be from both. Do you feel like it's, most people don't really get it, or I mean, of course, most women do understand that, but at the same time, sometimes women may not really relate that struggle because they feel like their struggle is different than your struggle.
True. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. As far as like, even it could be just general or just from from society in its entirety.
I mean, some people, well, I guess, like I said, it just depends on the situation. Sometimes I do think, us as women are underappreciated, because they don't really take everything in consideration. Okay, you could be in a relationship. Oh, I'm tired. I work. Okay, I'm tired. I work too, but then I also got to clean up. I also got the children. I also got to do this. You also got to cook, got to clean, whatever. I mean, granted, some relationships, you both, kind of 50-50 or whatever the
Hmm.
case may be. I mean, I can't say, now I'm in a, relationship to where, it's more understanding. Of course, communication with all of that, is a must. But I feel that I am appreciated where I am now, But I mean, of course, there has been times where I did feel like I wasn't really appreciated, because I mean, yeah, you're tired, but I'm tired too. Yeah, your job may be a little more strenuous, but I mean, mentally, I have a lot more going on. I have this appointment to go to. I have to take the kids here. I have to help this one home. I got to do this one's hair. I got to pick this one up. I got to go take this one to that appointment. This one has dent. This one has orthodontist appointment. I have to drive here, go there, and I also have
Yeah.
to wash clothes, cook, clean, do dishes. They're, if the kids have an issue, 9 times out of 10, they're coming to mommy. Half the time, they're gonna come to mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy this, mommy that, and sometimes we just wanna, but it doesn't work that way all the time. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. It can be a lot sometimes, but I mean, sometimes it just comes naturally. And it's gonna-
And I actually want to speak on that because I can admittedly say, like, I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation many times, and I think sometimes I still even struggle to trying to just like put myself in that mental mindset that, like, okay, I need to I need to help out a little bit more. I know she's tired. Let me help out a little bit more. I think sometimes it's, as men, it's so easy to like say, like, I worked all day, and but I think that's because we've been kind of like molded into a mindset, especially from the past. It's like, that the men work all day, the women stay home with the kids and stuff like that. But that's nowhere near the same as, today than it was ever been. That's complete drastic change from back then to now. Like, most women are working, most women can balance working and taking care of the kids, and we could do the same thing. Like, it's building that understanding that, to work together as a team rather than feeling like, one person has one role, the other person has one role. Like, maybe some days, I can get up and, wash the clothes, but I have to kind of train myself in that mentality to that, like, take some of the roles away from you, and let you take a break sometimes, because like I said, you have to get up from your mom from the morning, like you said, they come to you when they need something. They come to me when they want, to have fun and stuff like that. But they come to mom when they want nurturing and care, or they scraped their elbow or the kneecap, or they had a bad day at school, and they're in their emotions. They want to talk about it and stuff
right.
like that. And I want to build that big understanding too, that, like, it doesn't just have to just be, women just, do it all, you know, work together as a team and break that that wall of, like, that's just what women do. That, I'm just trying to break that stigma of, like, okay, that's
Right.
just, what I'm saying, like, because like I said, we've just been trained to grow up that way. We grew up and see our parents like just have things a certain kind of way. as far as like being a mother and doing everything that you're doing as far as your dreams and going into cosmetology and doing the hair and everything like that,
Mhm.
none of us got a rule book on how to do everything. So as far as how you work to get to where you worked at, like what was in you to like, you know what, look, I'm just gonna just whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna make this happen. And how would you instill that same mentality, that same motivation to another woman that may be dealing with something similar?
Well, me, I guess in the beginning, I already knew since I was a kid that I wanted to do, do hair, you know.
Mhm.
So that was kind of early for me. So I just pretty much, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm gonna do, before kids and everything. Did it, went to school and everything. But before I kind of, I guess start trying to establish myself, I was, starting to have children. But if it's something you really want to do, you're gonna still do it. I mean, you're gonna have roadblocks. You're gonna pause. 'Cause, I mean, I've done it. I've paused for some years. I've done it again and took a little break again, but then I took a long break and then did other jobs and everything in between. But it was like, this is not really what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not passionate about what I'm doing right now. I'm not gonna be doing this forever. And that's kind of, that's how I was feeling. But it's just something that told me like, girl, this is not you. What are you doing? What are you doing? So it's
Right.
like, you know what? Forget it. I'm about to do what I really love doing, and it was doing hair. So I just kind of pushed myself to do it. I mean, I took a leap because you got to think I was, going from just, working a regular job to just saying, forget that. I'm just about to start doing hair and having to start over.
Mhm.
It wasn't easy. No, I mean, I'm still trying to build it, because I just started back doing hair back, over the summer. So, I mean, it's still, you I'm still making some progress and it's still taking some time, but I mean,
Right.
it's something I really want to do. So I'm gonna do whatever it is I have to do it. And also, it helps when you have that support. Like, my husband, he's very supportive. If it's
That's
something that
good.
yeah, if it's something that I need, he'll get that or he'll, kind of help motivate me or whatever. And, we'll sit and I'll talk about some things with him. I'll ask him, his opinions and, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And so that's big too, to have that support, from people. I mean, even my mom, she's supportive when it comes to that too. I mean, she's helped a lot too. When it comes to, me starting back to do hair and everything. So it makes a difference. If it's something you really want to do, you're gonna figure out what it is that needs to be done. You're gonna do it.
Exactly.
You're gonna
Exactly.
do it.
Would you say it was pretty hard as far as like being consistent? Like, do you feel like that struggle of being consistent was pretty hard, or you feel like it kind of just like the instinct just kicked in? You like, I'm just gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to kind of make it happen. I mean, in my mind, it was just like I was kind of struggling,
Thinking
honestly,
about the steps to
mentally.
get there and everything like that.
Right, I was struggling mentally, but it's like, okay, you want to do it, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. So here we are doing it.
Yeah, because like y'all deal with so much more. Like as far as like after you have kids, and then like some women go through postpartum, and you've had 3 kids. Like, have you had any episodes as far as like after you had the kids, or was it just you just fine afterwards, or did it need to take
Um,
time?
that I don't know. I guess around the time that I was having children, I mean, of course, they would say things about postpartum and stuff like that, but it wasn't really heavily talked about like that, you know,
Mhm.
15, 12, and 10 years ago, as much as it is now. They try to help and focus on stuff like that more so now than before. I'm pretty sure I went through that. I'm positive I probably did, but I don't know if it was just the I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else because some people you can't say, it's the mother in you that's gonna make you just do what you got to do regardless. But that's kind of how it was for me. Like I knew, like I had some stuff mentally going on, but it was like, push that to the side because I got this baby I got to take care of. I
Right.
got these kids I got to take care of. Like so that's how it was for me. But I can't speak on everybody,
Yeah.
because everybody handles things differently. But for me, it was just like I gotta do what I gotta do. It's my baby.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
let me sit there. So yeah.
Everybody's struggle is definitely different,
Right.
and I think I just be wanting to, I ask you because it's like, and I know we talk all the time because,
Mhm.
I want to have my own insight as far as things. Like, I don't want to be naive when it comes to things that I feel like, whether I grew up a certain kind of way and I have this certain kind of mindset, and I might not think right away, like, you know what, I could help out to do this or I could help out to do that, versus like, well, I'm just going to do this and I guess you got it type thing. I wanted to work more on myself to kind of build that take more of that initiative to be able to like work together and, take the load off, because it's like you done had so many years to you had to work this kind of way, because you pretty much sacrificing your life for, your little ones and everything like that, and of course you're putting them first, and and everything. So it's like, okay, I know that you've done so much. Let me kind of like ease it a little bit, because it's like you should be able to be at a point where you can kind of relax a lot of times. It's like you got to deal with enough as it is, from,
Right.
mentally, emotionally, with just whatever's going on, and you still have to work and deal with other people too. And then you got to come home and deal with, like you say, your spouse. You got, whatever he's got going on or whatever your kids got going on, and then you got to still process yourself.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yes. Yes.
so like I said, I want to work more towards just kind of building that and saying like, okay, let me take a load off, or before I try to come hit you with whatever I got going on, let me see what you got going on first, or if we got something on going together, let's kind of sit down and just, okay, talk with one another and build that communication. That's like, I'm always big on that. I'm always, I'm trying to understand and build more perspectives with certain things, and that's something that I just want to build to my audience also, because like I said, I feel like a lot of times that appreciation is lost, and and it needs more understanding. Just because we appreciated women last month, don't mean we can't appreciate women all year long.
Right.
That doesn't have to stop, because your job as a mother doesn't stop.
Mm-mm. Never. Never.
So that's just how I want to look at things. And you know I don't know, it's just, I want it to do better. I want us to do better, as men. I feel like, and that's
Mhm.
just speak for myself, because, and not saying that all men don't appreciate it, a lot of men do, but
Right. Right.
it's a match. As the generations change, that I feel like the level of respect is starting to lessen a little bit again, like where it was going up, and then it started to kind of decline a little bit again. It's like, when I see
Right.
like certain things, like, I'm like, people do things how they do it, but
Mhm.
if, my girl is getting, getting gas, I'm gonna get out and go pump the gas. I'm not gonna sit in the passenger seat and watch. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
Everybody,
Right.
everybody does things differently, but I'm saying, like, that's just something that's just still than me, and I
Yeah.
maintain that
That's
respect.
good. That's good because there's no. I mean, I agree because there's no way I would be sitting in the car about to get some gas and about to play and pump it, and he's sitting in the car. There's no way.
Yeah,
I guess I've been lucky enough to not to have dealt with any guy that just sat there. No,
yeah,
it's not happening. No,
but
absolutely not. Because even now with my 15-year-old, I'm gas station looking at him because I'm not pumping it. So
yeah,
that way, when he's old and get a girl, whatever, that he knows that's what he do. That's just me. I mean, some
yeah,
women may be like, I'm gonna put my own gas. Okay, boo, go ahead. Because if I'm in the car, my husband, he's not putting no gas.
yeah. But
Not
I,
doing
I, I said that pretty much to kind of expound on, like, the level of respect, because sometimes
it.
I think, even even women don't understand. Some women don't understand as far as their, respecting themselves in order
Mhm.
to gain that that respect, because
Yes.
maybe some men has their mentality that, like, what, I'm just gonna stand out to the side because you ain't saying nothing, so I'm gonna just let you continue doing the same thing you're doing, because obviously that's
Amen.
what you want to do.
Mhm.
And it's not saying that it's wrong, but it's not wrong, because it's like, they're allowing it, but it's like letting a woman understand that she's more powerful to be able to put that boundary line of respect, and saying like, look, you know I'm a woman, I'm a mother, and I want to be respected. As simple as that.
Right.
And if
Right.
you don't respect that, then you can leave.
True.
And that
Very
should
true.
be, I feel like there should be more women that, you know, put rebuild that level of respect, so that way
Right.
we can, us as men, we can look and appreciate that, and respect you even more, and carry ourselves a certain kind of way. Because I feel like I
Right.
said, I feel like even with women, sometimes they almost like devalue themselves, and it just
Yeah,
keeps,
and accept bare
go.
minimum.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that. I see that a lot of times. It's like, or even with, people that may be single, whatever, um, and don't know why. I mean, sometimes you got to think, what are you accepting? Just these guys that don't really want to build anything. You're just accepting, you know, bare minimum, a bare minimum. So
yeah,
that's what you're gonna get. I mean, you can say, oh, well, I'm just this independent woman. I got it. Da, da, da. Okay, and that's all fine and everything. But I mean, you, you know, once better, sometimes you gotta let them know, like, I'm not gonna
exactly,
accept just anything. Not gonna happen.
exactly. And but like I said, that's just something I want to make sure I put out there, and I want to, and just, like I said, I appreciate you sharing everything, with that. As far as we want to talk a little bit more about, as far as your salon and everything like that, and you can kind of close out with that. As far as like that, how did you get started? As far as owning your own salon, and your branding, you know.
So, well, okay, I'm gonna stop you there. I don't own my own salon. That's
Okay, I'm
that.
sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is a future goal. That's something I always wanted to do, but no, I don't own my own salon. I mean, I do have my own brand, which is currently Styles and Glamour by Anton.
Okay.
I am thinking about rebranding, but I'm putting it on pause for a moment. But yeah, I don't own my own salon. I am currently in another salon called Genesis,
Mhm.
and that's in Fayetteville on Riley Road. And I, do boyfriend there and everything. But I mean, I do eventually want something, of my own. But I mean, right now, I just, have my own brand, but I am, currently working in another salon. So yeah.
But that's still good in itself too. I mean, like not a lot of people can say that they have their own name. That's something that you're going to work towards. That's something you're going to obtain. That
Right, 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 right,
we're
right.
gonna put that in the atmosphere. We're gonna put that in the
Yeah.
universe. You're going to obtain that. That's
Yes,
yours. You're gonna go ahead and get that.
yes,
So,
definitely.
most
Yep,
definitely.
yep,
So that's something that's
yep.
that's future pending. That's definitely
Yes,
future pending.
yes. Yeah, we're gonna put that in the air.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you, sis. I'm definitely proud of
appreciate
you. And
it.
I can't wait to see more that you have coming in store, and everything that you built up to this point until now. And I can't wait to see it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
No problem. But before we close and everything like that, I want to give you a chance to kind of just promote, like, where can we find you, and where you are located, as far as socials and everything like that.
Oh, well, okay. Well, right now I don't have an Instagram. I just have a Facebook page for my hair. It's called Styles and Glamour by
Hmm.
Anton. You can find me there. And the salon that I work at is called Genesis Beauty Bar and Spa, and it's located at 512 South Riley Road, Fayetteville, North Carolina. So yeah, hit me up.
Okay. And they can do all their booking and everything through your Facebook page.
Yes, yeah, all the link is through my Facebook page. You can go there, click on the link, and then you can, once you click on the link, you can read in the about section, and it tells you a little bit more about me, how you can reach out to me, call me, anything.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Sis, I definitely appreciate you.
Mhm.
I really do. I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely want to have you back on again one day
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
soon. But every time I close out, I always have a saying before I go. And with that being said, stay safe, stay sane, and secure in your mind. Release.
Oh, yeah.
Love you, sis.
Love you.